Hello everyone, and welcome to this last part of the tutorials dedicated to making a glass frame. Open your program, and open the backup from the previous lesson. Make a copy of the thumbnail with the background reflection effect, and select this copy, then open the View Editor. Unroll the different frames to see the elements. In the previous part, we gave a movement from left to right. Let's cancel this move by selecting the first key of the main frame, and setting its X value back to 0. Let's do the same for the second key, and also reset it to 0 for the X axis. Now, let's rotate our frame on its Y axis. And let's set the Y rotation to 25. Select the image used for the reflection, and set its transparency to 100%. As you can see, because of its backward movement, when rotated, we only see part of the image. We will fix it. Select your main frame, and set the Y rotation to +25 for the last key, and -25 for the first. Now select the reflection image in the frame. Select the first key, and let's correct the displacement of the image to the left, on the X-axis, so that its alignment is correct. This gives us a correction of -225. Add a second key, and put it at the end of the animation. And give it the inverse displacement, that is, +225 on the X-axis. Now let's see the result. Everything seems normal, and we have a good result. As everything is perfect, select in turn the first and the last key, and reset the transparency to 60% for the two keys. Let's check. Okay, everything is perfect. If now we want to give a rotation of the frame on the X-axis, we will then have to modify the displacement of the reflection on its Y axis. Now let's add a light reflection. Select the gradient into the frame's content container, copy, then select the content container, and paste. Select the copy, then in the Settings tab change the gradient and set it to solid color. Then change its color, and put it in white. Return to the tab, Animation, and set its transparency to 100%. Then, in the Property Size, first, unlock the link of the X and Y values, and set size X to 20%. Then, set the Y size to 130%. Let's adjust its transparency, for an optimal reflection, and set it to 75%. Finally, let's give a slight blur effect, let's try at 25%. In the Properties tab, let's rename this element to Glow. We will now adjust its animation. Select its first key, and move the sharp to the left, out of the frame, say, -115 on the X-axis. Then, add a second key at the end of the animation, and modify its displacement by its inverse, that is, +115% on the X-axis. Let's see what our animation looks like. In principle it's not bad, but I'll increase the blur level to 75% for both keys. Let's play our animation again. Now that suits me. It is obviously up to you to modify these settings according to your taste. Now we are going to add the last effect, a shading for the frame photo. To do this, copy the container, image border, then select the frame, border, and paste. Let's rename this new element to Photo Shadow. Now select the gradient, and change it to solid color, then change its color according to the photo you used. adapt the color. In my example, I will choose very dark green, green being the dominant color of my photo. Now select the visible mask. Oops, sorry, yes, the visible mask. Make a copy of it, then select the mask container, and paste. Rename the new copy to negative mask. Then, in the tab Animation, with the command Color Correction, click on Negative. Now change its size, and set it to, say, 73%. Then, change its blur level to, let's try 35, no, that's also a matter of taste, and I'll set it to 30%. Well, all that remains is to change the size of the visible mask. Set it to 75%, so that it matches the border of the frame, and our animation is ready. You can change the parameters of the different elements to adjust the frame and the effects according to your taste. If there is no error, the background image and the reflection must have index 1 in main image, and the photo in the frame, index 2. Now, let's test our frame with images of different tonalities. I will take a photo of Mediterranean landscape as a background. And this lovely peacock as picture in frame. Good, but so we need to change the colors of the different borders. For the borders of the frame, we have dominant shades of blue. So let's choose a dark blue for the first color. And a light blue for the second. Then proceed in the same way for the second border. At the bottom of the window, you have the list of the last colors used, so you can use them to keep the same colors for the two borders. Finally, select the element, shadow of the photo, and also adjust its color, here, dark blue. This is just to show how to adapt this frame to the photos you choose. You can also replace the border and frame gradients with a copy of the background photo, to which you could add blur at plus or minus 100%, as well as the shading of the frame photo, with a copy of the photo, also blurred at 100%, and by greatly reducing its brightness, to around minus 90%. Now our animation is complete. Let's close the edit window and create a style from it. Click on Styles and Themes. In the Styles and Themes window, click on the command Styles, then on the option New Style. In the new window, give your style a name. Select the folder where you want to save it, either My Styles or any other folder, it's your choice. You can introduce your name as creator of the style. Check in passing that there are two main images necessary for this style, then click on Create. Now, if we reopen this style menu, our new style appears in the list, and we can apply it to any thumbnail containing two images. And here we are at the end of this tutorial series, how to create a glass frame. Thank you for your attention, and see you soon in new tutorials for Private AV Studio 10 Pro. Katerina.